Hey everyone, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. In this video, I am going to talk about Snowflake Cloud Data Warehouse Migration from Oracle to Snowflake. This is the 10th tips and tricks from this series. As part of this video, what I am going to do, how we are going to migrate the DML returning class from Oracle to Snowflake. So what is the DML returning class? The returning class allows you to retrieve the values of columns, okay, that were modified by any DML statement, that is insert, delete or update. So without returning, you would have to run a select statement after a DML statement is completed in order to obtain the values of the changed columns. So the purpose of the returning class, without using the select statement, we can retrieve the what are the values. If you are performing the update statement, then what is the before values before updating, and what are the new values after updating. So we can directly get that values from using the a DML returning class in Oracle. So how we are going to do that in this Snowflake as well, we'll see. So first we will see the how it is working in Oracle. So here I'm going to create the one table with three columns. Before creating, if table is exist T1, I'm dropping table here. I'm using the Oracle Live SQL from version is the 23A. Okay. So if you see here, create table, I'm creating the table with three columns: ID, code, description, and primary key is the ID. Okay. So table T1 created. Now I'm going to insert the two records. Okay. So here ID1, code is the ONE, and for the description is the description for 1, like that description for 2. So here commit to. Okay. So let me retrieve the data from this table. So yeah, so two records. Yeah. So like this. Now here I'm using the anonymous block. Okay. In the from Oracle. So here declare, here to get the from the output, if you want to display the output, we have to turn on the set server output on. Okay. So yeah, after that, here is the anonymous block. Okay, where we can create a multiple a programming language, basically PLSQL program language. So if you don't have any name, then we will call it as a anonymous block. Here declare block, we are defining the four variables. Please note that here the L underscore old code T1 dot code percentile type. So I will explain that what is the percentile type. So this is the attributes available in the Oracle. We have two types of attributes to define the you know uh, define the what is that data type of a column. So percentile type and percentile row type. So percentile type is the for one column, percentile row type is the entire rows from a table. So here by this is the without hard coding. Okay, we can define the variable. Okay, variable of data type. So old code and description and new code, new description, four variables. And in the execution block will start from the between begin and exception. If you don't have any exception, then end class. Okay, this is the end. So in this we are going to update the update T1 set code equal to code 2. Okay, we are concatenating the whatever that value is there, we are just concatenating the 2 number 2. Okay, description is equal to also description and 2, where ID is equal to for 2. Here we are doing the hard coded. Okay, and here is the returning class. Okay, this is the DML operation. Updation is the DML operation. So returning is the class. And please note that these we have a old and new, okay, classes in Oracle which are available in the Oracle 23A. Okay, from that version. So old and code and old and column name. This is the column name. Okay, this is the keyword. And similarly, new is the code, new is the value, and what is the column. So into class, we are along with the update statement, we are using the returning. What are the columns you are going to return, into which column, local variables. Okay, these are the four variables. And here we are using the dbms underscore output package to print or display the values from the local variables. So dbms underscore output dot put underscore line, here old okay, and what is the value, like that we are defining the four values. Just I mean, once we done, then just we are roll backing this one. This is the anonymous block. Okay, now let me execute this one. See, here this is the output. Okay, so before updating, this is the original value, this was the original value and description. Now after updating, this is the latest value. Okay, 2, we have concatenated the 2. Okay, so here, as I mentioned, that old, okay, in old refers to the column values before. See, in Oracle we have a two types of the old keywords. Okay, when you are going to use the triggers in that, okay, we have a old and new clauses. Okay, like that in while DML also we have a, without using the semicolon, we can directly use the old and new. Okay, when we are going to use the capture the same kind of values, then we have to use the colon old and colon new as part of the trigger. Okay, so in Oracle PLSQL, the person type attribute is used to declare a variable, constraint, or a parameter with the same data type as an existing database column. For example, now we use the here uh, you know id, I mean code. So what is the data type, we don't know, correct? So even tomorrow if you are going to change the data type of the code, then in this particular piece of code, not required to change, because dynamically we are providing the data types. This is the advantage. Okay, so by using the percentile type. Okay, so this is to ensure the consistency and reduce the need to hard code data types, making your code more maintenance and less error prone. Okay, so the dynamic, so these are the advantages of using the row type. Okay, dynamic data type matching. The variable automatically adapts the data types of okay, a referenced column or a variable. Easy maintenance also. If the data type of the okay referenced column change, the percentile type variable automatically reflects the change. So error reduction. So prevents mismatch between variable types and database column types. So these are the three advantages, I mean, of using these percentile type and percentile row type. Okay, now let's see how we are going to migrate this same piece of code. Okay, uh, you know into Oracle, into Snowflake, from Oracle to Snowflake. So here is the DML returning class as explained. So this is the I mean all the code which we have you know written in the Oracle. Now we have to convert this into the Snowflake. So first of all, the percentile type and percentile row type, these are the two cursor I mean attributes in Oracle. These attributes are not available in the Snowflake. So we have to use the direct data type. I mean, what is the data type you created as part of the table creation. Okay, that data type only we have to use that one. The second one, we don't have the returning class in or Snowflake. Okay, into class is there, but in this context we cannot use the into and returning classes, okay, or keywords in Snowflake. And also to display the messages from the Snowflake, we cannot use the dbms underscore put underscore line package, because this is the Oracle package. We have to use the alternative. So these are the things we need to remember while migrating this code. Okay, so this is the in Snowflake also, we with Snowflake also we have a anonymous blocks. Okay, so where without giving any name while creating the procedure, I mean if you are going to create a procedure with a name, that will call as the okay, here we are not going to provide the any name, so we'll call it as the anonymous PLSQL Snowflake block. Okay, so here is the declaration. inside the declaration block, we are defining the 4 variables. So all variables data type is the varchar. Okay, so instead of row type, percentile type, so we don't have that keyword in the Snowflake. So we have to use the what is the data type. So here what I'm going to do, I am, let me drop the table if exist, okay, in this, and then I'm going to create and insert the oh, sorry, yeah, this one missed. Okay, so yeah, create and inserting directly. Okay, so I'm executing the all statements together. Now here is the let me do only. Okay, so 2 records. Now we are going to update the 1 record by using the anonymous block. So now I am going to rewrite the code from Oracle to Snowflake. So this is the first change. We need to use the direct data type what you want. Okay, or what is the data type in the table. Well, okay, that one. And then here we cannot use the returning clause and into. Okay, so for that what we have to do, we know that we are going to update the record of where id equal to 2. For that what you have to do, you have to write the what is the current value from the snowflake table. So retrieve that value, select code description into colon L underscore old code L and comma L underscore colon L underscore old underscore description from T1 where T2. Okay, this is the first statement. After that, you have to perform the simple DML operation. Okay, so update T1, set code equal to code concatenation 2 and description is equal to description concatenate 2 where ID is equal to. So without returning and into class. After that again you need to perform the you know select statement, okay, after updation. And then here we have to use the return keyword to display the data. Okay, okay, for that, so simple, okay, string concatenation with all possible. Here I am using the you know slash n for new line. Okay, this will appear one line and this will appear another line like that. Okay, so in dbms output dot put underscore line, underscore line is the new line in the Oracle. Similar way here slash n is the new line. Okay, now roll back and end. That's it. Okay, now let me execute this. So here we got the output, and if you see here, let me hide this one. Yeah, exactly. See, old code 2 and okay, let me copy this and then here I'm pasting. See, we got the output. Okay, L code equal to old code and old description and new code and new description. Please note that here I used the select statement. Okay, here. So instead of that, what you can do, yeah, you can use the by kind of I mean time travel. If you enable the time travel, instead of executing the this where condition, you can capture this id statement id, and then before executing this one, what was the value, you can do that option as well. But I hope this will be the very, I mean, simple way to convert the Oracle code into Snowflake. The code is the DML. When Oracle, I mean, from Oracle side, if you are going, if you use the DML returning class, okay, returning class, then this is the how we migrate. Okay, this is the process how to migrate the Oracle code to Snowflake. If you found this video helpful, please give it to a thumbs up and share it with your colleagues and friends. Your support truly helps my YouTube channel grow. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel for more expert tips, tutorials, and interview questions. Thank you for watching this video. Keep learning, and I will see you in the next one.